Hello, Dale. I just wanted to put an additional video together for you. I wanted to show you, this is the condition of your plywood floor here in the back. It was actually a layer of laminate, several layers of laminate, still stuck to the foam underneath. When this was built, basically the way these are built, they have a female mold, and they spray in, so if you can imagine a mold that looked like this, that looks like the inside of your boat pretty much, except it would be extremely slick, and they wax them up. So they would have sprayed the gel coat into the mold first, and then they would have sprayed the structure in, which is this chopped fiberglass that you see, and the fiberglass mat that you see up in here. They would have put all that structural stuff in, and then they actually had an assembly with the two stringers. You had one board that ran this way, another plank that ran this way, or board, whatever you want to call it, that ran this way in the keel, and then we're calling these stringers because in an inboard, that's what they call them engine stringers, that's what they lay in on. But anyway, so, and another one here, and they had these cross members. Well, this one we've cut out, but they had these cross members across, which are white oak. All right, and then they would set that down in the hull. All right, and then they took a very heavy woven cloth, and they laid it from the outside. They came up and over that stringer. They came down here. They came up and over the keel, up and over the keel, and then they took that same cloth, they extended it over here, went up and over the stringers, and then once they came on out to the edge of the boat. And once they got done with all that, all the way up through here, you can see how the cloth, one continuous piece of cloth here. You can see how they did that, and then it laid up and over, and they left these open here. They must have been expecting water to infiltrate sooner or later into that. And you can see that, there's the original layer of boat, and here's this layer of cloth that they added to fasten this whole assembly in place. Now the issue is that there should be a board in here. And as near as we can tell, the board probably came down to an inch above the floor, and there's a little bit left, and as you can see, it just crumbles out. It's just crumbling out very easily. So it's rotted. You can see the rot here. Matter of fact, I can't tell whether it was originally a plywood or if it was originally a solid wood. Okay, and the board has gone from this stringer on this side. And the board is gone on this side. I'm hitting the foam back here right now. So all the way from the back, we were expecting that maybe we'd have some, or hoping that we'd have just some rot in the back in here. Okay? So if I was to crawl in here, I can show you that on this side, on this side, I still have rot. I'm crumbling away pieces of that stringer very easily. This side, I actually have I have a little bit of rot. I've got rot down here at the bottom. All right, so on this side, and then, so I got rot there. In the next little opening area, that would be even with, let's see if I can point at it with my chisel, that little open area, I do have solid stringer, but I'd have to make a splice back here in this area right here. Whoops, in this area right here, I have to be making a splice. All right. Well, then the next open area forward, where you see there, I have rod again, and that's 2 foot from the very end of it. So it would be easier to cut that whole side out than to make 2 splices in it. All right. So I would come back to the side, and then of course the keel is gone all the way along. It's going to have to be replaced all the way along. And so I got rod here. I got solid stringer here. No, I got rod. I got rod again right here. I have a solid stringer. I'm solid in the next opening, and then the far opening is the end. So again, I could splice somewhere forward of that opening, but I can probably cut the whole damn thing out faster than I can splice it. So that's how we have stewed about this, because we know it's your dad's boat, and you know, we know, like everybody this day and age, you're on a budget, and but we don't see any way around changing the Instire stringers, and that's actually the cheapest way to do it. Now, there's more floor that needs to get cut out. You can see that this floor right here is still rotted. This is a plywood floor. It's actually even wet. Well, let me show you again. Get the camera aimed right. It's actually even wet. This area right here, the floor is in bad shape. This is in bad shape right here. It's back here. So, you know, better than half your floor would need replaced. So, and in order to change these stringers, we just got to cut the floor all the way back to the edge, and stringers and keel. So, we've stewed about it. We've thought to ourselves, is there any expensive fix that would make this boat last another 5 or 10 years, and we're not coming up with anything. So the bad news is it's going to be considerably more expensive than we had hoped. The good news is that you'll have a brand new boat when you're done, and it'll be your dad's boat, as opposed to having a brand new boat that's going to depreciate in value. You know, it's going to be your dad's boat. It'll always be worth something to you and your family. And the other thing we found, oh, by the way, was up here, a very thin strip of white oak. Most of this has got rot in it, if not completely rotted in places. This is very easy to take in and out, so we'll make a new one of those up there as well. And I think in the other video, the guys showed you that that side doesn't look too bad, but this side is, your side pocket's pretty well rotted out. So, I'm going to suggest that if you are on a budget, that we do this, we get this right, and that we might load onto your truck, if you wanted to polish this out and make this thing look like, you know, shine it up like a new penny, you could polish. We could load this on your pickup truck, and you could carry it home, and you could polish the top out, and then when we put the top back on this, then, you know, you may want to go ahead and do the polish on the sides yourself, and you know, get some decals made and whatever else you need to do back here. We might even suggest that where we're going to have to blend in here, well, obviously it's going to be tough for us to blend in the gel coat and get the colors exactly right. So another thought would be, you know, on the back or in this corner, that you might want to have some kind of graphic made that covers that. And if you have two colors that are slightly different from one another, but you have them an inch of space in between them, especially if that space is white, then the color difference disappears. So just some thoughts. I know you're trying to manage costs, and we are too for you. So some thoughts as to how you might offset the cost a little bit of this, but we get the important and hard parts done for you. So anyway, I've got the numbers put together. I want you to take a look at this video. Give me a call. We'll go over the numbers, and you already know it's a considerable scope of work. So, but it's less than a new boat. That's the good news. So let's, and this will be your dad's boat. So lots of good memories that can't be replaced any other way. So with that, I will leave you with the video, and we can figure out what we're going to do to move forward in the new year. Thank you, Dale. Bye.